Welcome to WebEx. Press 1 to be connected to your meeting.
Test. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the City of Homestead Council presentation ceremony. Today is June 22nd, 2022, and it is just after 5 p.m. Present this afternoon are Councilwoman Faircloth Staggers, Vice Mayor Julio Guzman, myself, Mayor Steve Lossner, Councilwoman Jennifer Bailey, and Councilman Larry Roth. And again, welcome. All right, first on our agenda tonight is Ms. Bryant, or anyone here on her behalf tonight? Ms. Lois Bryant? Not yet. Okay. Vice Mayor, are you ready to proceed? Oh, okay. Very good. Well, yeah, we can, if she's on the way, we can delay. Sure. Okay, very good. Vice Mayor, you're up.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, this is loud. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. It is a really cool day, good weather, and we're going to recognize a team that has done some excellent work and made Homestead extremely proud. They've been in Homestead for a long time, and it is my pleasure to recognize the U15 Southern Homestead boys soccer team. They've had an excellent season, and they have had 6 first-place wins between the year 2021 and 2022. So for that excellent and for that season and the number of times they've won first place, I'd like to recognize the people that make it happen and all the time they put into teaching our kids. I want to recognize the coaches, Coach Juan Carlos Montes, if you could come up here, please. Also, Coach Luis Hernandez. Is he here? Luis Hernandez? And also, Coach Miguel Villa. No, Miguel Villa. Coach, thank you so much for the dedication that you provide to this community and all the hard work you put in with these kids. We want to give you a certificate of achievement for all the stuff that you do here in Homestead.
And these are for the kids.
I'm going to also bring the kids up because I'd like to have a picture with you and the kids up here. So I'm going to name the kids one by one. James Andrade, please come up. Sergio Cortez Jr., Omar Elias, Alan Gonzalez, Yather Gonzalez, Jacob Havarsi, Tristan Lopez, Damian Lucero, Yaris Maravilla, Carlos Montes, Daniel Munoz, come on over here this way, Hanley Pacheco, Marco Pu, Santiago Rodriguez, and Juan Carlos Velasquez. Coach, if you could stand in the middle, it would be great. Come on, scoot over this way. Scoot more this way. Let's give this team a round of applause. Coach, if you could tell us a few words on how you were able to achieve 6 first-place wins in such a short amount of time.
It's the hard work of the kids. We actually combined 3 teams together, one from AYSO, one from Homestead Lions, and one from Southern Homestead. So we combined them all in one, and we made a good team.
And where do you play your championship games? Do you go up north? Do you go up to Orlando? Do you go
We actually just came back from Texas this weekend on Tuesday. I mean, Sunday was the finals, and we lost the finals. So we did pretty good on Texas, which is called the Regional Texas Cup. So we just came back and we lost it, but
you've got a good group here, a good-looking group of kids, and we appreciate all the work you do for the city of Homestead. I appreciate it. Thank you. These are for the kids too. We'll give them to him. Coach, here for the other two coaches as well. The other two coaches as well. Thank you. Come on up, Coach. Let's get a picture with the coaches together. Mr. Mayor, what do we got next? I don't think so. Just military appreciation?
Military appreciation.
We also want to take a minute to recognize the Military Affairs Council. If you don't know, the Military Affairs Council, they do a lot of work with the military, providing services that create a better quality of life for those who serve our military. They do a lot of fundraisers. They do a lot of events throughout the community. And they have a long history of providing great services to our military members. I know Councilman Roth, he knows a lot about Military Affairs Council. They just had a fishing tournament, which was probably the biggest fundraiser of all time for that group. And it was a fun day. They had a captain's party, which was also extremely fun. And they just do a tremendous job for the city of Homestead. We're glad to have them. We want to show them some appreciation. So in recognition of your support, assistance, performance, and outstanding professional contribution to the success of the City of Homestead's 9th annual celebration on Saturday, May 14, 2022 at Harrisfield Park. The City of Homestead congratulates you. So this is a certificate of appreciation. If I could have some of the military members that are here just come up and stand so we could show you some gratitude and appreciation for all that you guys do.
Ron, come on up, Ron. Ron, can you hear me? Come on up. Ron's part of the Military Affairs Council as well, as am I, and as in others. Ron's been dedicated to the military for probably longer than I've been alive, which we want to honor you as well, Ron, for everything you've done for military affairs, for the military base, Homestead Air Reserve Base, and all the civic organizations that you spend time with as well. I'll give it back to Julio. I just wanted to bring Ron up for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. We've got a lot of certificates here. I don't know if they're all in attendance, but mainly we want to make sure that the city recognizes what you guys do, not only for the city, but for this country as a whole. Without you, we wouldn't have the democracy we have today. So we are truly grateful and honored that you guys do what you do. I don't know how to thank you enough, but again, I'd love to just give you guys big hugs every day and say thank you every single day for what you guys do, all right? Thank you. does want to know if we're soon to get the F-35s. Is that coming this way? We don't know. We'll keep that.
Beauregard will have it in a few years.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
All right, so Ms. Bryant's here? All right, let me, We have a very special birthday lady in the house tonight that we'd like to recognize. Glad she's here. I can come to you, or you're welcome to come down here. You have certainly earned the right to be front and center on every day. We're going to... All right. So we have with us today Lois Bryant. Yesterday, she achieved her 100th birthday. And several weeks ago, her dedicated group of friends and family wanted to make sure that we properly honored her here at the city of Homestead. So we have a proclamation. Whereas Lois N. Harris Bryant has achieved the milestone of 100 years of age on June 21st, 2022. And whereas Ms. Bryant was born on June 21st to the parents of Audie, Edward, and Callie Proctor in Tallahassee, Florida. Ms. Bryant has lived in the city of Homestead since November 1945. Just yesterday, right? Ms. Bryant is a mother of 11 children. Eddie Dolores, Freddie, Lucille, who's deceased, Deborah, Otis, Jacqueline, who's also deceased, Lorraine, Valerie, who unfortunately is also deceased, Cynthia, Walter, Connie, and Eric. In addition to 58 grandchildren, 104 great-grandchildren, 75 great-great-grandchildren, and one great-great-great-grandchild. Is that the triple great? Oh, okay. Wow. Come on, you're getting your generations out of sync here. You can't have one younger than the older. And whereas Ms. Bryant has always preached to her children the importance of education and using whatever gifts or talents were there to help and serve others. And she is no stranger to hard work, having worked as a cook for many years, later becoming a domestic worker until retiring in her late 70s. Now, therefore, I, Stephen D. Lossner, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of City Homestead, do hereby proclaim the 21st day of June 2022 as Lois Naomi Bryant Day in Homestead. And we wish you all an entire month of happy birthday. And I think we need to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noah. Happy birthday to you. And the microphone is yours. If you'd like to share any words of wisdom or admonitions to us, now is the time. You've certainly earned it. The floor is yours if you'd like the microphone. Did you say anything? Well, you've been here long enough, despite your age, to be considered an old-timer, and I hope that we can come pick your brain about what used to be so that we can continue to preserve the history of all peoples in our community. Again, we want to just wish you well and congratulate you and thank you for being a part of our community.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. It has truly been a great day to celebrate, recognize, and acknowledge our boys and girls in our community, from the soccer team, Ms. Bryant, who celebrated 100 years, our men in the military. Thank you so much for not only what you do for the city, but for our country. And to dovetail from all of that, I am here to recognize two inspirational individuals in our community. I'm going to ask Ms. Lolisa Torbert to join me up here. And I am acknowledging Ms. Torbert today because I'm inspired by her story. She was crowned the 2021 Mrs. Florida U.S. Continental in the state of Florida. But beyond being impressed because you won the crown, I am more inspired by your journey to get to the crown. She didn't have a background in the beauty pageant field. She began that journey in college as a way to earn scholarship money. And also, she didn't have a coach. At the pageant, she didn't have someone to professionally do her hair and makeup. She did it herself. To her and many others, they felt it was a bit far-fetched for her, but she won the crown. And to me, you embody, if there's a will, there's a way. And you made a way to win the crown. And once you won the crown, there's a story behind that and how you're going to utilize that platform to give back to the community. So that is such an inspiration to all of us in the city of Homestead and a testament to the caliber of citizens and residents that we have here in Homestead. And for that, I acknowledge you, I salute you, I thank you so much. And I just want you to give a few remarks and what does Crown 365 mean and how will you implement that in our city?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for acknowledging me here. Thank you, City of Homestead. So Crown 365 stands for caring regardless of who notices 365 days a year. So if you can help someone, do it. And you never know how far simply a smile goes. Watch this. I smiled at them and he automatically smiled back. And when we have happier people, we have helpful people. Now, so far during my reign, lucky for me, we have this wonderful institution right across the road, Miami-Dade College Homestead, and they have allowed me to partner, and I've done numerous voter registration drives. I actually hosted a pageant for them where instead of selling tickets for entry, we asked individuals to donate toys, and we took those toys and we donated it, guess what, right here to Patches, right here in our community. We've also done a toiletry drive and feminine products drive, which we took all of those things, and guess where we donated those to? Christie's house, right here in Homestead. So thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to, be out here with my community and let you know that I'm using this crown to represent this home, because guess what? There is no place like Homestead.
Thank you so much. And I believe her family is here. And your daughter witnessed you win this crown. And I am sure as she get older, she would be empowered to follow her mother's footsteps. And when your son, when he began to understand, he will appreciate you as well for your grit, your fortitude, and your perseverance. So thank you so much for recognizing all that is great in the city of Homestead by using your platform to not just rest on your laurels, but to give back. So thank you so much. You want to bring your family up for a picture?
No, do you guys want to come up for a picture? Penelope.
Come on, sweet girl. Come on, Penelope.
Oh, look at he's all excited.
Look at this sweet girl. Yes, she is ready. Come on, Penelope. Awesome. Congratulations, and I'm sure we'll see more of you and your family around the city of Homestead. All the best to you. And finally, as we finished our graduations this season in the city of Homestead and throughout Miami-Dade County, I was reading the South Dade News Leader and was so impressed with a graduating senior from South Dade Senior High School. I believe some of us, Mayor, I believe you, did you attend South Dade Senior High School? Guzman? Homestead, well, Homestead as well. So I attended both, so it's the best of both worlds. So she graduated from South Dade Senior High, and not only did she graduated in the top 5% of her class. She was the prom queen. She served on the Student Government Association, the Math Honor Society, the Science Honor Society. She participated in the law, the IB program at South Dade. And this is just a strong young lady who's going to move on to be a fierce woman in our community. She's not here today, but her parents are. She's currently at Florida State University. She started early. I believe she is watching us virtually. So at this time, I just want to invite her parents to come up. Her name is Janaya Moore, and her mom is here to accept this on her behalf. Please join me in recognizing her as she comes. I have one more for you. FSU, what did I say?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, FSU, correct?
No, I'm sorry.
UF, University of Florida. There she is. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Where should I be looking? This way? Okay. Congratulations. Thank you so much for logging on for this presentation. Unfortunately, you can't be here, but your mom is here to accept this on your behalf. Thank you so much for working hard to not only succeed academically, but to give back to the school community at South Dade Senior High School. You're such an inspiration. Your future is bright. Continue to dream big and know that you are unstoppable. Thank you for representing the city of Homestead, and thank you for raising such a phenomenal young lady who's going to give back to our community in a big way. All the best to you and your family, and I'll give you the opportunity to bring a couple of remarks.
All I wanted to say is congratulations. She's always been self-motivated, so she has looked forward and never looked back. So you just keep moving forward and be successful. Thank you.
Congratulations again, and thank you so much. This is hers as well.
All right. Well, hey, good evening, everyone. I have the honor tonight to honor actually one of our very own, one of our city employees who've taken advantage of some of the benefits that the city offers and has accumulated and passed her certification for the municipal clerk. So I'm going to introduce first Elizabeth Garcia Beckford. She's with the Florida Association of City Clerks, Southeast Florida District Director. I usually don't read things off a script, but that was too long for me to remember. And she actually, along with, I think, Monica, who was up in Orlando today at a conference for the city clerks, drove all the way down from Orlando to be here with us today. So this is a very special honor for one of our very special employees, Julissa. We call her Julie.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this evening with all of you. I will be reading off of script because I have information that I would like to share. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council, city clerk, deputy city clerk, residents of the city of Homestead, and city staff. My name is Elizabeth Garcia Beckford. I am the city clerk for the city of North Lauderdale, a fun city in the heart of Broward. If you ever pass through, please be sure to stop and visit. The City of North Lauderdale City Commission send their best regards to all of you. I am currently serving as the South Florida District Director for the Florida Association of City Clerks, and I am here with great pleasure this evening to recognize Deputy City Clerk Julissa Chavez Mata for obtaining her Certified Municipal Clerk designation. Deputy City Clerk Chavez Mata joined the City Clerk's office as an administrative assistant in July of 2013. She became a notary public in 2016. Julissa also became a member of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks in April 2016. In November 2016, she was promoted to Administrative Assistant Deputy City Clerk, which enabled her to pursue her professional certification with the International Institute of Municipal Clerks. Her certification program consisted of training in records management, the state of Florida election laws, leadership, customer service, and Florida public records and sunshine law. Deputy Clerk Chavez Mata also attended the Florida Association of City Clerks Professional Education Academy from 2016 through 2021. Ms. Chavez's professional training has allowed her to be promoted to Deputy City Clerk in 2017. She earned her CMC designation on May 11, 2022. She is currently working on her bachelor's degree in public administration, and I applaud you for that. Currently, the Florida Association of City Clerks has approximately 640 members. Out of 640 members, there are only 220 members who have reached the Certified Municipal Clerk designation, and 127 members that have reached their MMC designation. So it is a testament to her dedication for her to join the number of clerks that have reached this level of certification. To achieve the Master Municipal Clerk designation and Certified Municipal Clerk designation, a clerk has to enter a program, and she has to continue to pursue to attend these certification programs to earn the certified designation. She has to attend extensive education programs, including a minimum of 120 student instructor contact hours, in-depth courses, and it requires experience in a municipality. The program prepares the applicant to meet the challenges of the complex role of the municipal clerk by providing them with a quality education in partnership with institutions of higher learning. Deputy City Clerk Chavez Mata has completed this process, which again is a testament to her commitment and professionalism. She is an esteemed colleague, and it's my honor on behalf of the Florida Association of City Clerks and the South District to congratulate Deputy City Clerk Julissa Chavez Mata on her achievement as one of our newest certified municipal clerks. And we are so very proud of you, Julissa. And this is your moment to shine, so congratulations. And now I will allow Councilman Roth to continue.
Thank you. That's truly impressive. You know, you never know what any of our family in the city here is doing, how they're trying to improve, enrich their lives. And it's a testament not only to her and her dedication to herself, but her family in the clerk's office, Liz, and Monica, who I would assume and can only guess have been inspiring her for years to accomplish these goals on her behalf. And I'm not sure if the city had a role in this financially, because I know we have some monies we spend to help our staff obtain some of their goals and some of their education. So it's really, part of my whole thing is that we have the talent here in the city. We have great, great employees, great staff, and they're dedicated not only to themselves, but to us and the citizens that live in this city to protect all of us. So with that, I applaud you. Go ahead, applaud for her one time, because there's more to come. I'm going to turn it over to Liz, and I think we want to invite her family up as well. Is that correct? Family, come on up here, please. Don't be shy. There you go. And I'm going to give this to our beautiful clerk, Liz.
At this time, we'll have the pinning ceremony, and her brother, Louis, will put her pin on. Bring the family in. No, we need to do something for the association. Photo for the association. Thank you so much. Where's Monica? Congratulations. Thank you, Mama. No.
Thank you, everybody, for coming today. First and foremost, I want to thank God. I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because through him and by him, I'm standing here today, okay? And I wrote a few things. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I want to express my sincerest thank you to Mayor Losner and the council. I love you guys. I'm here to serve you every day. Also, I want to thank everybody and staff, my colleagues, Monica, Liz, Ms. Sue. I am humble and thankful for this wonderful recognition. Although I try to give my best all the time, every day, I tried a little bit harder this time. And it's truly amazing to have to receive this acknowledgement. I will relentlessly continue putting the hard work needed to serve our city. For my family, Mommy, gracias. Thank you. Thank you for everything. You guys believed in me, encouraged me, and I'm here for you guys. My children, I always tell you guys to do the best. No matter what, when obstacles come your way, you do what is necessary. With God first, and everything else will follow, all right? And lastly, I am so proud to be led forward by a person who is not only ethically driven, but is also an amazing boss, Miss Sue. She's amazing. Oof. I can only hope to be half of the person you are someday. I love you so much. It is a privilege to work under your leadership, and I will continue to do my best and serve this community with honesty, ethically, and with all my heart. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you. God bless.
Wow. And I don't know if you've seen this, you probably have, but this is what most people who go to these classes and seminars and spend many years working hard, studying, taking tests, and pledging themselves to service of others. This is her certificate that actually confers that you've completed all the requirements to become a CMC, which is a municipal clerk's certification. So congratulations for that. Congratulations to your family, for everyone who's done everything that they've done. And God bless you. Thank you for your service. You're welcome. Now, before you go, you want to get a picture?
That concludes our presentation ceremony tonight, but again, a huge and heartfelt thank you and congratulations to each and every one of those of you who we recognize tonight for your contributions to our community. It is each and every one of you who make it the community that it is. And again, thank you. We're adjourned, and we will convene our regular council meeting at 6 o'clock. Thank you all. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to call the City of Homestead City Council meeting to order. Today is June 22nd, 2022, and it is about 6:07 p.m. Invocation this evening will be given by Reverend William Chambers III, the pastor of the Church of the Nazarene here in Homestead, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Vice Mayor Guzman. Please rise, Pastor Chambers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Everyone invite you to join with me in prayer. Almighty Creator God, we thank you for the opportunity to live, especially to live here in Homestead, Florida. A lot of places that are so much worse off. In fact, we're very blessed to be here. And we know that you have guided us in past times of difficulty, and you do that through the hands of your servants. According to your word, the servants of the leaders of the city are your servants, and they serve your people. And for that, we're grateful and pray your strength and wisdom for them. Give them the guidance they need as they go through the difficult challenges. We pray this year may not be so bad, and yet whatever we face financially or meteorologically or whatever else, may we be more than adequate for the task because we trust in you. Build our faith to strengthen one another. May we lift one another even though we do not necessarily agree in every instance with every decision, but may we be supportive and loving to one another and provide that unity that this community needs. Guide us today and this evening in the deliberations that take place. May your wisdom filter throughout their minds in the discussion. May they deal with every situation with justice and love and compassion. And may we do all to bring glory and honor to you in your holy name, Lord. Amen.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Faircloth Staggers. Councilman Fletcher.
Present.
Councilwoman Avila. Councilwoman Bailey. Councilman Roth.
Here.
Vice Mayor Guzman. Here. Mayor Losner.
Here. All right, thank you. Mr. Manager, are there any additions, deletions, or deferrals?
Good afternoon, Mayor. No.
Thank you. All right, next item, item 4, tabs 1 through 14 is the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Moved by Councilman Roth, seconded by the Vice Mayor. Are there any final questions or comments with respect to the consent agenda from council? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, next item, public hearings, ordinances, land use items, etc. Mr. Pearl?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Please be advised that the following items on the agenda are quasi-judicial in nature. If you wish to comment upon any of these items, please indicate the item number you would like to address when the announcement regarding the quasi-judicial item is made. An opportunity for persons to speak on each item will be made available after the applicant and staff have made their presentations on each item. All testimony, including public testimony and evidence, will be made under oath or affirmation. Additionally, each person who gives testimony may be subject to cross-examination. If you do not wish to be either cross-examined or sworn, your testimony will be given its due weight. The general public will not be permitted to cross-examine witnesses, but the public may request the council to ask questions of staff or witnesses on their behalf. The full agenda packet on each item is hereby entered into the record. Persons representing organizations must present evidence of their authority to speak for the organization. Further details of the quasi-judicial procedures may be obtained from the clerk. At this time, all council members must disclose any ex parte communications concerning any items on the agenda.
Any disclosures from council regarding ex parte communications with respect to this item?
Okay.
Appear to be none.
All right. At this time, the clerk will swear in any persons who wish to testify on any quasi-judicial item.
Please stand and raise your right hand. Do you hereby swear or affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? So help me God. Thank you. You may be seated.
All right. Mr. Pearl?
Yeah,
tab
Mayor,
15.
we have a single Quasi-judicial item on the agenda this evening, it's tab number 15. It's a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, granting final plat approval requested by Homestead Pavilion Acquisition LLC for the development of a 72,345 square foot commercial retail, pharmacy, grocery store, and packaged liquor store on an approximately 5.97 acre parcel of land, generally located north of Northeast 9th Court, east of Southwest 152nd Avenue, south of Southwest 308th Street, and west of 152nd Avenue, as legally described in Exhibit A, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Mr. Cordino?
Yes, sir. Happily, I cannot recall the last time we had one small item on our council agenda, so it feels like a day off, but we came in anyway. That week we're thinking about pushing it to the next meeting.
After last night, it's
this is like a gimme putt. Because it's a final plat. Let's hope. The staff recommends the mayor and council approve the attached resolution for the final plat requested by the Homestead Pavilion Acquisition LLC. The applicant is providing for a 5.97 acre parcel of land located where the attorney said. We've measured this. This is really a final plat, and it's ministerial in nature and under mainly the purview of Miami-Dade County. For this applicant, we've previously approved the site plan, the tentative replat, the special exception, and I believe 2 variance approvals. The overall development is a 72,000 square foot target facility with an ancillary grocery store, pharmacy, and package store. So again, we are recommending approval. And if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Thank you, council. Any final questions on this final plat approval for the new Target store in Homestead? All right. Are there any public comments? Is there anyone in the audience or online wishing to speak on this matter? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion to approve this item. Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by Vice Mayor Guzman. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilman Fletcher? Councilman Fletcher? Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilwoman Stigers? Faircloth Stigers? Councilwoman Bailey? Yes. Councilman Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Very good, thank you. The next item is agenda item number 6B, tab 16. Motion under car number 3539, bid number 2022-05, Racetrack Water Tower Booster Pump Station construction. Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. This award is for the construction of a booster pump station at the Racetrack Water Tower. The booster pump will assist with the task of providing adequate water flows and pressures within the city's potable water system and will assist in meeting peak demand and improve system resiliency. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council authorize the city manager to award ITB 2022-05 to RF Environmental Services, Inc. in the amount of $899,900 for the construction of a new booster pump station at the Racetrack Water Tower. This project is part of the city's capital improvement plan, CIP 0049, and will be funded by $479,400 from the city's water and sewer fund and $420,500 from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection grant. No matching funds are required for this grant.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Any initial questions or comments from council? All right, I'll open the public hearing and ask if there's anyone in attendance or online wishing to speak on this matter. Close the public hearing and ask if there are any final questions or comments from council. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion for approval. Moved by Councilwoman Avila. Second. Seconded by Vice Mayor. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faircloth Stigers? Yes. Councilwoman Bailey? Yes. Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, next item is tab 17, car number 3368, Security Guard Services. Mr. Pearl?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the addendum to the professional service agreement by and between the city and Universal Protection Services, LLC, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. In June of 2018, Council approved Resolution R 2018-0653, approving an agreement with G4S Secure Solutions for the provision of armed and unarmed security officer for City Hall. In November of 2021, G4S was absorbed by Allied Universal Security Services. The resolution before you today is for the same services that were provided by G4S. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Universal Protection Services, LLC, DBA Allied Universal Security Services under Miami-Dade County Water and Sewer Department contract number RFP 00188A for security guard services not to exceed $100,000 per fiscal year.
Thank you. Council? All right. Is there anyone wishing to speak on this matter? Any member of the public wishing to speak on this matter? All right, I'll close the public hearing then, and if there are no further questions or comments from council, I'll ask for a motion to approve. Moved by Councilwoman Bailey.
Second.
Seconded by the Vice Mayor. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Faircloth Staggers? Yes. Councilwoman Bailey? Yes. Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. The next item is tab 18. Car number 3571, an interlocal cooperation agreement reimbursing Homestead Station construction expenses. Mr. Pearl?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, tab 18 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving an interlocal agreement between the City of Homestead and Miami-Dade County for the reimbursement of expenses incurred in the construction of Homestead Station, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. The Homestead Station Transit Center is a public-private partnership conceived in 2014. It was funded in part through a revenue bond repaid by the city's future allocation of PTP money and other sources. Through the attached interlocal cooperation agreement, the city agrees to allocate a defined number of transit parking spaces in consideration for the county's one-time payment to the city of $5.7 million from the TIID Trust Fund to fund eligible construction costs and debt service payments associated with eligible transit components of the Homestead Station. The agreement will be subject to approval by the Board of County Commissioners subsequent to the city's approval. Staff recommends that Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution approving the interlocal cooperation agreement with Miami-Dade County for the reimbursement of $5.7 million in expenses related to the construction of the Homestead Station Transit Center.
Thank you. Any initial questions or comments from council? Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. To staff, do we know how many parking spaces there are in that garage?
Yes, there's approximately 1,100, and the 850 are released on a schedule. So it begins at peak hours, there's the 150 transit spaces, and then throughout the day as transit demand would lessen, you get those released so that they're available for other uses.
So are the parking spaces going to be identified, or it's on a first-come, first-serve basis? Like, will there be some sort of signage saying this is allocated for transit services?
Yeah, we're working with the parking garage management team, and it's a series of blocking off certain levels of the garage. So in the morning, they'll block off the 800 spaces. As the day progresses, and the schedule's included in the packet, they start releasing those spaces from floor to floor, and then that's how we're going to be tracking the transit spaces.
And are you going to start with the second floor, or would they start from the first floor? Like, where exactly are you going to start with the 850
I believe it's the third floor up, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's all. And also the reimbursement of the 5.7 mil, does that go into the general fund?
Initially, when those monies, once we receive them, some of it will go to the general fund that was used to partially fund this project, and it's also going to reimburse some PTP funds that was also used to fund this project.
Help me understand PTP, please.
People's Transportation Fund, it's a half-penny tax.
Oh, okay.
It's collected, and so the city gets its portion annually.
Okay, thank you.
Good, thank you. Council, any further questions? Sure, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor. Who, you said that somebody would be in charge of releasing those spots and setting the spots. Who would that be?
So we have our operator there. They have contracted with Laz Parking to be the parking solution.
Okay, thank you.
Councilwoman Avila.
When we receive complaints regarding the management of the parking detail, whether it's the machines not working, out of order, what should the residents do?
If you get a complaint, please bring it to us, and we immediately reach out to the operator to get this issue resolved.
Vice Mayor.
Is there going to be a special rate for City of Homestead residents to park there? Because I know you have to pay to park there now.
There's only a transit rate, and it's to match the rates that the transit system charges at other stations. Other than that, there is no special rate for Homestead citizens.
Okay, and as we develop more properties in downtown, is that garage considered parking for people that want to develop, or are the same parking requirements throughout the city required in the downtown area?
Can you repeat? I don't understand the question.
Let's say a developer wants to, build a multifamily building in downtown very close to the garage. Can they consider the garage as parking, or will the city require them to have adequate parking on their specific site?
Usually, we.
Hey, Joe.
So much for the day off.
Sorry. Each development would be required to design their own parking within their development.
So it's completely off the table to utilize the parking garage as a, okay.
It's not, and I'm sorry.
It's not definitely off the table. For example, a project comes in, they have so many spaces for the number of units. Now, if they need additional spaces, they can talk to the operator and purchase or lease spaces if they wanted to. And the important thing to keep in mind as well, the parking garage right now has 7 floors. 2 more can be added if they want to.
To give you a really good example, let's say for, just to think about this, the property that's across from the Landmark Hotel. That's directly across the street from Homestead Station. If somebody were to develop that, it'd be hard to add parking because there is no parking in that area, or the footprint will have to be really small.
We are talking to a group, and I believe we're bringing it next month, Kamitra? Hopefully next month. They do have parking at the site. It's going to be ground floor parking, but they are also interested in talking to I3 and leasing parking spaces at the facility as well.
See, there we go. Okay, so it's not off the table, Ms. Lopez. Thank you. Okay, that's all.
And again, going back to last night, we did have touched on the discussion that many of the businesses downtown have non-conforming parking by virtue of just the limitation of parking on the street. I think it was in response to a question about utilizing rear parking for food truck parking. So, I think that's on all of our radars.
Okay.
As we go forward. Just for, a couple of you who weren't here early on, this reimbursement was one of the first things that was dropped in my lap as a new mayor and Ms. McCaffrey's lap as a new manager. Kind of out of the clear blue, there were, seemingly, prior understandings that we were good to go with this money when that was not necessarily the case, or political, that other, forces came to play downtown. So it's been 2.5 years to get to this point, and it's been really one of those daggers hanging over our heads. So this is a real accomplishment to our attorneys and our staff to deal with some very difficult county bureaucracy and policies to receive what we thought was in the bag 3 years ago. So I'm glad we're finally able to put this behind us and have money flowing in our direction for a change.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, so are there any public comments on this item? Let's get Mr. Kraft the microphone. Mr. Kraft, if you could, limit your comments to this agreement, not some of these other extraneous and related issues to downtown parking.
No, it's just about the station. That was all I have to say something about. I'm not going to wander out in any kind of weird direction, not at all. I was just wondering now when we are having that station and it's becoming also popular, what about added illumination so people, when it gets dark, can feel safe there? And what about the promised cameras? And so when are they coming up?
Mr. Manager?
In terms of lighting, we meet the code requirements for the lighting. In terms of the camera, I believe Mr. Kraft is referencing the cameras that the police station is looking into. So I know we're working on putting together a solicitation to go out and get those cameras. And of course, that'll be one of the locations we will monitor.
And certainly security issues and signage issues were seemingly nonsensical and obvious, but sticking points nonetheless in reaching this agreement. So, Mr. Kraft, a lot of that has already been considered and, either dealt with or is, again, on our radar. All right, is there any further public comment? Okay, so I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion to approve. Moved by Councilwoman Avila. Seconded by the Vice Mayor. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Councilwoman Faircloth Staggers? Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilman Ross?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Wow, and we've already arrived at that point in the agenda where we're going to open the floor for public comments. We had our first registrant to make public comment tonight is, I believe it's Melinda Washington. Melinda, are you here? Are you online or in the audience? Is Melinda here? Okay. Mr. Kraft, you've also registered to speak. Anything further? Well, let us get you a microphone if you do. Hang on. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Nothing else? Okay, never mind. Thank you. I don't know that we'll set a record tonight for shortest meeting during my tenure, but we're out darn close. I'm sorry? Okay. So, anyone else? So give us your name and address for the record first, and go ahead. Welcome.
Good evening, community. My name is Sujay Woods. I'm here on behalf of This Is a Dog, a nonprofit organization This Is a Dog is a 501c3 nonprofit animal adoption rescue service in Homestead. Our main mission is to help lessen the needless euthanization of healthy dogs and cats due to overpopulation. I just want to go ahead and offer the community this great opportunity for the free neutering and spay services. If it's okay, just go ahead and show this to the community. This is the service that This Is a Dog is offering. I'm sorry. This is the service that This Is a Dog is offering. I just want to let the community know about this great opportunity to reduce and continue to bring the curve down of the overpopulation of dogs and cats. If it's okay with the members, if I can address the council with the papers so that you guys can either put this on bulletin boards in your offices. Thank you.
Certainly, thank you. Or just, if you'll give them to the clerk and she'll distribute them.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate all the work that you do, and we know there are some challenges here with the county facility. We got some correspondence today, and we're on that. I thought that had been dealt with months ago.
We have a facility that
It's closed right now for repairs. Thank you. All right, I understand Mr. Orta's online and wishes to speak. Welcome, Mr. Orta.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, Mayor and Council. Hope all is well. The reason why I'm here today is because it's been brought to my attention. I received a text a couple of days ago looking for volunteers to help out with a project at a local park at the Harris Field baseball field. Apparently, their fields are over flooding with clay. It's getting clogged. It's a hot mess, and they're looking for volunteers, and they even got people who are donating the heavy equipment and what have you. I have a question. Last year, around the same time, the city utilized city resources for JD Red for the same exact thing. Is there any reason why the city is not helping Harris Field with the same exact problem?
Our parks directors here and the manager are conferring, and I hope we'll have an answer in a moment. I'm personally not familiar with the call to action you're referring to. Hang on just one moment.
At the workshop, Mayor, the Parks Master Plan workshop the other day, there was a coach that had said he was going to volunteer to help out fixing up Harris Field, and we were going to supply a dumpster, if I'm not mistaken. That's to the extent that we know of anything of what Mr. Horta is speaking about.
Okay, and we're not certain if that's the same issue, but Mr. Horta,
Correct.
Did you say you got a flyer or an email or something, or saw a social media post?
Yes, no. Yes, I received a text from the president of the league. But the thing that I'm referring to is that last year, JD Red Park had the same issues with the drainage and the clay getting stuck, where they had to like bring backhoes and scoop that out and then redo it with sod. I do know that some of the sod was donated, but also city resources were utilized as well. We have donations as well, or the park has donations as well, but why can't we have city resources like JD Red had last year, is my question.
Well, that's a very good question, but to I think respond, we need to see what you received. If you could provide that to the parks director, I think you have his contact information. If you could forward that text so that we can go to the source. This may be something that's outside of normal channels that was not conferred with the city. So kind of a surreptitious project.
Yeah, and I think what he's referring to is a previous project with Councilwoman Avila had helped us out. She got the materials, the sand, the sod, things like that, and staff kicked in and helped out, put the sand, the sod.
Oh, no question.
We also had the prison workers.
The trustees, that is correct.
That's
and
right.
they did the actual labor of the installation of the sod. But thank you for bringing it to our attention. I will be personally visiting the fields to identify what the issues are and to see if we can find another private donor to help do the same thing. But this is the first that I'm hearing of the problem.
Yeah, and Mayor, we'll reach out to the coach of the league, so we'll reach out to him.
But, Mr. Order, if you could provide that info so we can kind of get back to the source of that, certainly we're not pushing our responsibilities off onto the shoulders of parents at all. And again, we appreciate you bringing this to our attention. That's very, very important. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ramiro.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You guys have a good night. Thank you.
All right, is there anyone else online? Anyone else in the audience? Okay. So we will close the public comments section. Mr. Manager, anything further from your end?
Nothing from staff, Mayor.
Mr. Attorney, I know we have some executive sessions scheduled.
Yes, just one more to add to that list. It's the Hooper Corporation v. City of Homestead, case number 2022-06525, CA01 in Miami-Dade County. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. All right. Councilman Roth, any further business?
Yeah, I just want an announcement. The community center on June 30th will be hosting a fireworks 4th of July indoor event from 10 a.m. till I think it's 2 p.m. And they'll have fireworks that'll be displayed up on the the stage there on the curtain that drops down. All the food's been donated from local vendors in the city, so they expect a couple hundred people to participate in that event. So I guess it's next Friday, right? Is that June 30th? Next Thursday? I better check the date. Let me get back to you 1 second.
I think it's the 28th.
It's the 28th? Let me
Which
check
would be
the date,
Tuesday.
'cause- no, I think it's the Friday. Oh, it's the 30th, isn't it?
Which is Thursday.
I have it 30th, yeah, the 30th, the Thursday. 10 a.m. till 2, free food, hamburgers, hot dogs, all kinds of different vendors will be there as well. Just a way for the seniors to enjoy fireworks without having to be in the South Florida heat like we will be next week, probably. That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers? Thank you. Councilman Fletcher?
No, nothing at this time, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Avila, you have an item.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Under tab 19, you'll see a resolution that I am bringing for council's consideration and approval to urge the Florida legislature to pass meaningful legislative action to stabilize the volatile property insurance market and address the rise in reinsurance costs. So as we're all painfully aware, insurance costs have risen phenomenally, and a lot of times we're facing buyers, first-time home buyers, that can afford the loan payment but can't afford the escrows as a result of the high insurance costs. And of course, current residents are experiencing payment shock with their escrows increasing and hiking because of this. So we've talked about it on the dais a couple times, and so I just felt that it was necessary, and I want to thank staff for helping to put together the resolution for us to pass tonight.
Thank you. So let's have the attorney read the resolution by title into the record, and we'll take action.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, urging the Florida legislature to take meaningful legislative action to address the rising cost of homeowners insurance and provide residents with necessary relief, providing for implementation and transmittal, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. All right. Let me ask for any public comment. All right. Vice Mayor.
I wanted to ask Mr. Pearl, do you have a recap of what happened during the legislative special session regarding this insurance crisis that we're having?
I don't, but if you would like, I'm happy to send you a breakdown of the legislation that was adopted, and I'll circulate it to the council. Not a problem.
Very good. Absolutely. These, I believe, are the issues that, go to the heart of affordability. That's on everybody's lips. All right, so.
I'd also like to thank Councilman Roth, who was urging this item and was bringing it to the forefront for discussion. So it's because of you that this is on the table today under my agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's, that we had all the reps here from the state, and we mentioned that, but behind the scenes, what I do for a living outside of here, we have been talking with the state reps and the insurance commissioner through our insurance companies that, when others want to talk about bringing affordability to housing, and then you threw in the three things that hurt you the most, insurance is the biggest one when it comes to qualifying for anybody to afford a house. And the second is taxes, property taxes. So when you add those two on top of somebody's mortgage payment of a house that's now, I think the national average now for a cost of a single-family home nationally is over $400,000. You take affordability almost out of the equation now when you add, especially in our area, insurance and taxes. So yeah, this is an important thing, and Matt, it'll be really interesting to read the fine lines of what you guys think the legislative special session was all about, because, except for enforcement of some of the litigation issues that we've had, which has really been driving the cost of insurance up, I don't know who's going to be enforcing all those things, and maybe this is just a hope and a prayer and a wish on them. The reinsurance costs are another thing, which I don't even know if the state has any control over that at all. So those are policies that are bought outside of our jurisdiction, I think, that cover the cost of reinsurance. So, you know, my insurances have gone up. I remember talking to Jerry, 6 months ago. I said, Jerry, what is your, and he calls me up a few months later, hey, mine went up by like 30%. So it affects every single person that lives in the state of Florida. So thank you for continuing the efforts, and we'll just keep marching on, and hopefully we'll make a difference, and people will realize that, you know, you can't just, you know, allow these things to occur and have no say. You know, 25% is a lot of money, you know, for anybody, and everything else is going very expensive. So, but anyways, thank you for that. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Would you like to move it, Councilwoman? All right, moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by Councilman Roth. Roll call.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Councilwoman Avila? Councilwoman Faircloth Staggers? Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Guzman? Mayor Lawson?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Thank you. I'd also like to make an announcement that the South Florida Youth Symphony, one of the nation's leading youth music organizations, will hold a free Summer Music Academy July 5th through the 29th at Homestead Senior High, right here in Homestead. So this will be attracting about 30 students, so there is limited seating. So please, if you're interested, you can contact Homestead Senior High School. And I also want to thank all of you on council that supported the Dolphin Days Kiwanis Fishing Tournament, because that is one of the organizations that is helping to fund this program. And then I also want to announce that Kiwanis is also donating $4,000 to Touching Miami with Love to support the swimming lessons program at Roby George Park.
Very
So
good.
if you are looking for summer swimming lessons, please contact Touching Miami with Love and reach out to Kiwanis of Homestead. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, Councilwoman Bailey.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to thank everybody who helped make Art Walk Homestead's Art in the Park the best one yet. We honored 4 different organizations with $1,000 in scholarships, and just seeing what a difference those first organizations, what a difference it made for those first organizations that we helped our first year. It was just incredibly special. So thank you to all of you who always support, and a special thanks to our County Commissioner, Keone McGee, who surprised me on stage by saying he was matching those scholarships. So that was amazing. And Art Walk is a nonprofit so that we could take advantage of some of those arts and culture grants. And this last weekend was the first Art Walk in Richmond Heights. So I am very happy to see art spreading, and that is also thanks to Commissioner McGee. So please keep these arts things alive because it is making a difference, and just thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Vice Mayor Guzman.
Thank you, Mayor. I just had a question for City Manager. Will we be receiving the analysis regarding solid waste and water next council meeting, or will that be the one after?
So that's, funnily enough, we just got an update on the timeline. We expect to have a draft of the findings in July, so that would be something we would present to you all in August.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. All right, as my first item tonight, we've talked about hardening and resiliency and working toward undergrounding our electric utility. This issue was brought to me through some correspondence from the city of Coral Gables, asking us to join in a resolution or issue our own resolution to the Public Service Commission for the enforcement and some better implementation of including undergrounding for telephone communications, for resiliency and hardening. So that's what I have before us tonight. Mr. Pearl, if you would read that by title.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, encouraging the Florida Public Service Commission to facilitate coordination between regulated utilities and telecommunication companies, providing for implementation and transmittal, providing for an effective date.
Very good, thank you. And just as an example, I know that throughout the city and near my home, we are replacing old wooden poles with some concrete poles. And we're sawing off the tops of the wooden poles and letting AT&T know that, well, they need to attach to our concrete poles, but it's not happening. Some of those poles stay for years. It's very, very unsightly and not efficient.
Mayor, we hear you. It's very frustrating for us as well. We constantly contact them, asking them to remove their infrastructure. So we're on top of them, but they take their time.
Well, maybe they'll listen to the Public Service Commission. I mean, when I look at the condition of their building across the street, the fact that they're not keeping up things on our streets should come as no surprise to anybody. All right, can I ask for a motion to approve the resolution? Moved by Councilwoman Avila, seconded by Councilwoman Bailey. Roll call.
I have a question, sir. Wanted to ask Mr. Pearl if he has any information on the legislation that passed the tax hardening credit. So if somebody gets a tax credit to harden their house for storms, we still have to go through the permitting process to, like if I wanted to put underground utility services instead of above, we'd have to go through the process with permitting, right?
That's been my personal experience, yes.
Okay, but there is no information on that program, the tax incentive to harden your house?
I will look into that and I'll share it with you when I provide the synopsis of the homeowners insurance legislation.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Good, thank you. All right, and my final item tonight, drum roll please, Vice Mayor.
We did not do the.
Oh, yes,
roll call.
okay, we'll do a roll call.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Yes. Councilman Fletcher?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fairclough Staggers? Councilwoman Avila? Yes. Vice Mayor Guzman?
Yes.
Mayor Losner?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. And my final item of business tonight is an appointment and reappointments to the initial 4 members of the Tourism Advisory Committee, and it's anticipated that the balance will be submitted and brought forward next month. The reappointment, and as chairperson, Danielle Torres, reappointment of Peter Schnebley, the original appointment of Adrian Lopez, and the appointment of Antonia Florio to the Tourism Advisory Committee. Are there any objections? Right. That's all I have. Anything further? Motion to adjourn? Moved by Councilman Ross, seconded by Fairclough Staggers. All in favor? Aye. Thank you all. Good night.